This video we're going to look at Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, which is an upward facing dog. So we all know downward facing dog is probably one of the most famous ones. There's an upward facing dog too. So the upward facing dog is a back bend, because we're beginning curving the spine as we go up. It's going to be good for strengthening the wrists and the shoulders, but also if you have wrist problems or carpal tunnel, things like that, then this exercise would probably be avoided if you have trouble with your wrists to begin with at the minute, because it can put a lot of stress onto the wrists. It's great for strengthening them, but if they're a little bit weak or damaged at the moment you're going to treatment, then just beware that that'll put a little bit more pressure onto the wrists and could make your problem a little bit worse. Also, because it's a back bend, back bends means that we're bending the lower spine. So when we talk about back bends, really what we mean in yoga terms is, rather than bending backwards, we actually bring our chest to the ceiling, which creates the bend into the lower back. So if you're suffering from disc problems or lower back problems, this is going to aggravate it a little bit. So it's an exercise that I wouldn't do for the moment until you strengthen it up a little bit. So for the downward dog, we're going to take it nice and simple. We're going to come all the way down to the ground. So we're going to lie face down onto the ground. I'm going to keep my shoulders in close. I'm going to keep my elbows in, and I'm keeping my hands underneath my shoulders. So they're not out here and they're not all the way back here. They're just in underneath my shoulders, and my elbows are in. And what we're going to do to start with, tops of my feet are on the floor. As I bring my elbows in, I'm going to start to push through my hands. And I'm going to push up. And I can see that little back bend. My back is arched. My shoulders are back. And bring it back down. So for beginners and people who are just starting for the first time, you may only get to here. So the way I would work this is, let your lower back be your guide. So once you're in here and you start to push, if you start to go, oh, I can feel that stretch, that's enough for you. Hold and slowly bring it back until, after a while of doing that and listening to your body, you may be able to come all the way up. So roll the shoulders back, look up, and bring it all the way down. So remember, the first point, please, is listen to your lower back. Don't push or force anything. Just go as far as you feel comfortable. Even if it's only here, that's okay. You're still lifting, you're still in a back bend. You're still working from here. As you progress and you get good to that, the second part of this is lifting the knees. So what we mean by that is, as I bring my elbows in, I start to push through my hands, my shoulders are rolled back, I get to here. What I want to do then is see the tops of my feet. I want to push through the tops of my feet and bring my knees off the ground and bring it in. So I'm going to bring it in, lift the knees off the ground. That's a full upward dog. And bring it back down. To begin with, you're just going to gently come to here, or wherever works for you, until you eventually get to do the full thing. So another way of practicing the full thing is doing it this way, and then practice just lifting the knees off the ground. So the knees, and you can see my hips are lifting a little bit. This just helps to get used to pushing into the tops of the feet. That's the lower half. This is the top half. And then you can put all of them together and you come up into your upward dog. So please, at the beginning, take your upward dog really, really slowly. Watch that curve in your lower back. Let your lower back be your guide as to what you can and can't do. It's really important with yoga that you listen to your body. This isn't a gym exercise where we're trying to push through weights. We're using our body weight and we're getting our body into different positions that we wouldn't normally do. So we're using different types of muscles and ligaments and tendons and all types of things. So the idea of yoga is that we can get into a posture, whatever that posture is, and breathe and relax and go inside ourselves and feel what's happening in the body. So we want to do that from the beginning. We want to learn and feel what's happening in our body, whether it's good or bad, so that we can, if it's bad, we can stop and we can change. So please don't force any of this stuff. So this is your upward dog, your Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. So please try it nice and gently and have fun.